going on, everybody, and welcome back to the final episode of my playthrough for Plants vs. Zombies. So, we've pretty much done it all. I mean, we've completed the adventure one time through, we've done all the minigames, all the puzzles, all survival. We've gotten to check out our Zen Garden, we got our golden trophy. We did pretty much everything we can pretty much think of. We've gone through all the almanacs, and actually one thing I wanted to point out, this is kind of going to be like a sort of bonus episode. We're not going to do anything in particular here. This is kind of like extra stuff that didn't sort of fit into my main playthrough, so it'll be a nice way to wrap things up. So starting off, I think I want to go show you guys my other profile, actually, which is my original profile that I played on. I know you're like, whoa, nothing changed? Yes, it did actually. Ha! Look at my Zen Garden. This is what I was talking about, how I didn't have such a variety in my other playthrough. Because, like, look, I have pumpkins, I just have a lot of, like, doubles, as opposed to the profile that I actually did the playthrough on, where I have quite a good variety, so. Now, the real reason I brought you here for a couple reasons. One of the reasons, the biggest reason, is I didn't want to spend my money on something I could just show you over here, since I've technically already played it. These are alternative places for your Zen Garden, and this is something else we're about to get into, but the alternative place for your Zen Garden are, you can purchase them once you do, you get the ability to purchase a wheelbarrow, and you take sleeping plants that we can see in our Zen Garden, and move them over. Obviously, shrooms and nocturnal plants go here. And aquatic plants go here, and there aren't too many aquatic. Actually, I'm pretty sure there are only like 3 aquatic plants, I think, right? Cattails would fit. I don't think lily pads are possible to get. I don't even know if cattails are possible to get. Definitely tangle kelp and the sea shroom, which I know the sea shroom. We're best friends. I think that's his name. I can't really remember. But I actually could go find out in a second. But yeah, this is just what it looks like. These are the other areas. The night is actually pretty cool, and the aquatic bowl is nice too. So, going back to the main menu, we usually look at just my plants right here. Is it sea shroom? Let's just make sure this thing is correct. Where are you? Is he down near the bottom? Oh, he's right here. It is sea shroom. Okay, yeah, I was right. I was right. Never had a doubt. Never doubted myself for a second. Okay, so back over to our real profile, and the other one is just a practice file I was doing just to. Occasionally it's nice to practice something. For the most part, I actually didn't practice this playthrough like I did other ones where I either knew the game pretty well or did a little bit of playing before I actually played the game. This one I didn't. I just kind of played through the one time and then rushed right in. So we can take a look at our Zen Garden at least, right? Like, look at our Zen Garden, looking pretty good. And I feel kind of bad that these guys will never, the shrooms here will never actually go to the other place because I plan on using all my money for the Tree of Wisdom, which we're about to go see. The Tree of Wisdom, actually, if I understand correctly, I looked up this and I think it goes to, like, it grows a foot for every bag of food you give it. The food costs quite a bit, and I believe you can give it up to 1,000 bags of food. So, yeah, talk about replayability. This game really does have replayability, and maybe when I, after I do my whole reset and I can come back and start playing this again, maybe I'll someday get there and maybe tack things like that onto a video in the future. But really, this is kind of the end off. I really don't want to add more into a pretty good playthrough, and that's something I kind of want to talk about while we're just watering our plants here, checking them out one last time. Is you know, this playthrough was kind of unplanned. It was actually just part of my October Horror Fest video, and it's come a long way, and a lot of stuff has happened in between. You know, a lot of other stuff that doesn't pertain to video and just, you know, takes up time, and why sometimes this took a little so long. But you know what, I wouldn't, if I could go back and like redo it and like not do it, you know, not take up the time this took, I would, you know, I wouldn't redo it. It's kind of one of the if any of my playthroughs, this one could get titled the accident playthrough. Like, it didn't mean to go on this long or be this big or put this much work into it, but I'm very happy with the way it came out, and I hope you are too. And I wouldn't go back and trade it for anything, you know what I mean? Like, I'm very happy with it. I'm glad the way it went. And it was a lot of fun. I really had fun playing this playthrough. I don't think I mean, I always have fun doing it, but I haven't had quite as much fun as in this playthrough. I just had good, pure fun, because I kind of set out with the intention of not putting so much work into something, but then at the same time I ended up putting work into it, but it just, like, I still kept the mentality of not trying too hard. So let's check out what our last plant is here. Oh, another tunnel. That's alright, though. That's alright. We still got a pretty wide variety here, and I really do like that. So now, with all the money we have, and actually I could just be waking up my snail and giving him some chocolate. I mean, why not, right? And like I said, this is a decent money-making tactic to do. Once they're all glowing, they'll drop money. And having him going around, he lasts for quite a while, and you can just walk away, it's no problem. So, alright. Hey, Crazy Dave, what's up? Oh, I am gonna miss Crazy Dave. Who else is gonna miss Crazy Dave? I love Crazy Dave. Rock and roll! So yeah, we could buy these for our plants, but it'd be you know, a good chunk of my money, and I wouldn't have any more money for the Tree of Wisdom, which we're about to purchase. Yes, Crazy Dave, I would like the Tree of Wisdom. Visit the Tree of Wisdom? I would. Aw. Hey, Cypher. This is your own Tree of Wisdom. I brought you some food to get you started. Aw, thanks, Crazy Dave. Oh, he's such a good guy, Crazy Dave. So here's the Tree of Wisdom food. I'm actually going to spend all of my money on it. I'm going to check just to be sure. Like I said, the 10 slots are really useful, but now we're at the end of the game, so it's kind of unnecessary. So yep, there's really nothing else for us to buy. I'm going to spend all of my money on the Tree of Wisdom food, and after I'm done spamming all my money right here, I will meet you guys back at the Tree of Wisdom. Okay, so as it turns out, you can only have 10 bags at a time, which is kind of sad, but I do plan on using all of my money right now to go through a montage of me growing the tree. Tree food, please. Okay, tree food? There is such a thing, I suppose, right? Every time the tree grows, it gives you a little tip. Now, I would love to get all of these, but I didn't realize the tree actually goes as far as it does, so thank you for feeding me, keep giving me food, and I'll give you valuable information. Okay, that seems fair, right? Ooh. Chompers and walnuts work exceedingly well together. It's no surprise considering they are roommates in college. Ha ha. This, just when you thought the humor for this game was over, it's not over. Oh yeah. Gotta be one of my favorite parts about this game. I mean, you know, there are a lot of favorite parts, but this one in particular. If you ever listen to anything I say, listen to this. If you want to have 2 columns of sunflowers, I'm dead serious here. 2 columns of sunflowers, advice. And they do try to give you good advice here, and this is after you've beaten the game, so it's kind of sad that they do this way. Snorkeling zombies, I hate them. How do I deal with them? Walnuts on lily pads. That's how. So some of these ideas might be really good if you haven't figured these things out yourself or just don't know how to deal with a certain zombie. Psst! Try typing future while playing the experience zombies from the future. So this is actually a hint towards something we can actually do in the game. I don't know how this works on console versions. I don't even know if this is here in console versions, but I'm playing this on PC, so that's what matters. And when we get back into testing out some of the things, I will show you what he means by typing future. It's actually a cool little Easter egg. How many cherry bombs does it take to take down a gargantuan? Here's a hint. More than 1, fewer than 3. More explicit, 2. Oh boy. If you're looking for mushrooms, plant your Zen garden. You'll have better luck playing levels when it's nighttime. Yes, thank you. Some of the advices aren't even funny, aren't even just, you know. I wouldn't worry about permanently damaging your lawn with doom shrooms. In time, the earth will heal itself. Oh, it's so beautiful. Have you ever tried clicking on the flowers in the main menu? Give it a shot. I'll wait here. And that's actually where I showed off earlier how we can click on the flowers and they'll fall off. Legend has it frozen. Zombies eat slower. I'm here to tell you, legend has it, facts right. Oh, that's great. Okay. Gosh, I could roll these. Oh. Have you ever heard of elusive Yeti zombie? Some say he's hiding somewhere in the pitch black. So that gives you a clue of where the Yeti zombie actually is in campaign, which is the only zombie you'd be missing at this point if you played through the game one time. The Yeti zombie is in the one level where it is a it's kind of, you know, it's raining plants and the screen turns black and white. You all remember that level. That was a fun level. I really did enjoy that. And that's where you can actually find the Yeti zombie. And actually, this is a good time to explain that the Yeti zombie, I believe, is a zombie that comes in the field. It's kind of hard to see because of all the stuff that's going on during that, the thunderstorming, the rain, the screen going blacking out. And the Yeti zombie, if you can kill it, and it's very difficult to kill, evidently, it drops 3 diamonds worth 3,000. So, and if you don't kill it, it actually turns around and leaves the field. So it's kind of an interesting little zombie. Reminds me of something from like an older game. What's cheaper than free? Nothing. That's why puff shrooms are essential at night levels. Yes, I agree with you, Tree of Wisdom. Puff shrooms for the win. And I do wish you could go back and like click on different parts of the tree to get the information again, but he will just slowly say it if you miss something and stay here long enough. So that's good to know. Are you hoping to find water plants for your Zen garden? I bet my Phloem you'll have the most luck searching the pool levels. It's Phloem or Phellum or something, but it's I think it's a part of a tree. I think it's part of like the leaf of a tree. Not exactly sure. No, I'm not a tree major here, but it is a part of a tree. Have you ever noticed that gargantuans sometimes use other zombies to bash plants in? Whatever works, I guess. Yes, it's true. They're even like inflating their own ego. Like, hey, did you notice that we did this? Yeah, I like it though. Stinky the snail sure loves his chocolate. Maybe he loves it a little too much, you know? He won't sit still for an hour after he's had some. So that's good to know. That's probably hinting toward that the snail, after you give him the chocolate, actually goes for an hour until it wears off. So that's really worth your money. If you think playing Survival Endless mode only drops pool-style plants for your Zen garden, think again, it drops every style. So that's kind of good to know. I actually didn't know that regardless of what level you're playing on, it will drop any type of plant. So good to know. And if you're going for a certain type of plant, I mean, you don't have to specifically play one. Often the question is asked, where do you find chocolate? A better question would be, where don't you find chocolate? It drops everywhere in every game mode. Woo! Yeah, so. And chocolate's really not that difficult of a thing to actually get. Gravebusters, huh? Pick 'em only when you see graves on the right side of the screen along that zombies. That's what I do. Yeah, I like to pick 'em anyway just because they're awesome. I've heard of buckethead zombies taking 5 times as many hits as regular ones. Oh, that's good to know, actually.